Maybe.
Stay well.
There's coaching.
Now don't lay it on the coach.
It is.
Coach can only do with what he's got to work with.
Well, see what we did. We took our 10th grade.
Dining hall, and they had the places.
Table that we use,
You know, Carl's coming.
Where should I put this? Want me to take these off?
with Justin.
The word.
Hey, darling. We're getting ready to eat.
Hey, Justin.
They here. Getting ready to eat. Okay.
Smile, Joshua. And
Say hey, Grandma.
And make sure I've got.
Okay. I'll give it to you.
Oh.
Here at Lowe's.
Louis. Thank you. Give me a call. You can sit right down here.
I know you're over here.
At Lowe's. Give me them things back. Give that
how did she know?
Get there. Tara.
You must have been hitting around. Well, we was down at Kmart's or somewhere down there, and I said, oh, I'd like to have one of them.
I did it one time.
Who did that? That's cute.
Little eyes glued on there and a nose.
Wear it. Go ahead, I'll say it.
If you ever had that one before, I always subscribe you to the Rudolph, Jennifer.
Need to get a new petticoat.
I said, well, if you don't get one for Mother's Day, that might be a good Mother's Day present. Dom and Brenda gave me the one I got for Christmas.
You mean you just got one?
I got some that's short.
Since you go to church more, you need
Yeah.
more than.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, we got enough new dresses. Let's invest in a new petticoat and you have one at your house. I'll buy it.
That's a good idea for y'all.
I make places.
What's the birthday?
I always come out here and stay on Saturday night, you know, for sure. And, so I stayed home last night. Are we supposed to move or say anything?
Just act natural.
Where did the girl
You get on there and I didn't have one petticoat.
She wants shop. Laura, let her go.
Now, don't get that spark here.
What are you doing? What have you been doing since we got here?
How much they paying you to
She
time?
got quiet right quick then.
I'm hoping he'll ask me out.
Is he good looking?
He's gorgeous. That's the only reason I'm typing. No, he's paying me.
I need something to take you out. Didn't you?
Just that. Yeah.
I don't expect her to be smart and good looking both, do you?
And a PE major. And they I know.
Look.
Bill,
Look
you're
at
not
her
told
pretty
me.
Yeah, I mean.
Take it off.
You're all right.
Yeah, my toe.
What's the puppy's name?
Lulu. During Christmas, I thought they were going to kill it. During Christmas,
I they called you back in. You know, for the Korean War, wasn't it?
You wouldn't went back if they hadn't called you.
I don't know, I come out again and went back in.
Him and Frank both come out. You and Frank both?
Yeah,
Stupid paper.
Frank retired on
of disability.
Yeah, disability. Forty never did go overseas, did he?
Yeah,
He was on the ship, he never was.
Forty was in the Philippines during the war. He was not
When he
stationed.
first went in, was in the Boys Glee Club, wasn't he?
He
Big Great Lakes.
That was in boot camp.
Yeah.
Bet Judy was glad to see her mom and daddy was.
Yeah.
When you come back,
In the hospital before he died.
going through.
That's not showing on TV.
Way back in the heel.
Hey, looks like George Johnstone. Oh, I'm a farmer.
Your hair's windblown.
That's all right. I've been in the wind. I've been on the fan.
George Jones looks, I mean, he looks a lot older.
The hair is a little bit like George Jones.
A lot of people tells me that.
It is really.
He looks
Oh,
like
Jimmy.
George Conway.
That's like George Jones.
he looks like
I must, Miss Boozer, because a lot of people tells me that.
you do.
It does.
Turn around and look at me.
Like George Jones had.
He looks older though. He's got real bad wrinkles in his face.
George.
Who, me?
No, George.
Oh,
Did you say George Jones or Grandpa Jones?
Grandpa Jones.
We got satellite news. He was on the national channel the other night.
Yeah.
Grandpa Jones is not much older than George Jones.
Yes, he is too.
He's not, I heard him tell not long ago.
George
Well,
was
he
just
draws
about
Social
like
Security. I don't believe George Jones is old enough to draw Social Security.
I don't believe he needs it.
I don't think so
Who
either.
draws Social Security?
Grandpa Jones.
He probably don't need it either, though.
No, he don't need it either, but he draws it.
Tell her what you did yesterday. What? You didn't tell her what you did. What'd you do? No, not. Yeah, she
Yeah,
blew a
you got
kite.
that cat
Well, if
good
there's so
work.
many people at church this morning, I wouldn't have had the place to sit down, would I?
She let her kite get away yesterday. We were finishing her thing. Hey, Daddy, I missed it.
Huh?
I missed got the end.
Maybe I got it on the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right.
They're pretty good, and then they quit. He done paid the You don't know what room Barb will be in.
No, not till she's admitted.
Who's gonna do it?
Dr. Roberts. Same one.
that did it before?
Yeah.
Is it like y'all room?
Do you like that?
Get up there.
You about to get full of that lake? He's about to get full of the lake? Do me a trick. Where'd he go? There he is.
Come on.
I was underwater.
You were ducking your head. Turn around and look at me. There you go. Let me see your face.
Go on up the ladder.
What is that, treading water?
Why are you working?
This ain't no how to jump
Come
in the
on.
water and swim.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that fish. See it?
No, I don't see it.
See it? See it right up ahead?
Seeing things, boy.
You want to jump in the water and swim?
If
Daddy!
What?
he's trying to find some cool water.
Ah! Ah!
Do what?
How can you drop me?
Yeah. You want me to put her down?
Yeah, see. He'll swim.
There you go. There you go. Where you going? You want to go back up?
You better get him.
You getting all cool off? Yeah. You're going to shake now.
Just
The game undefeated.
Here I am.
Put it the inside.
Back to $5,000 in return for your second step towards $1 million. You have 5 seconds to make it. What are you going to do?
We're going to go all the way.
You're going?
Some of our contestants will
Smile,
receive
Daddy. You don't candy kid. You don't candy kid. I didn't say grin.
Leave that then, you all right? She don't look like an old
Black
woman.
and
You're supposed to do it.
$1.
when I quit, when they turned me up so fast that they just completely exhausted me and wore me completely out.
Randy.
And I
Tell him that you wouldn't want no stress test.
no, I want him to check me out. I mean, he gave me the most thoroughest physical to date of any in that office over for a year. Says as a
We
matter of
set
fact,
up
I'm a
at
good
that
nurse until you just go home and throw away all your
3 hours
meds.
a year.
Yeah, but I don't,
And I hadn't dropped see. But I woke up one morning and I asked my wife, I said, where did I go last night? He said, nowhere. I said, devil, you lied, I didn't drink no liquor. I could taste the whiskey in my mouth.
Steak.
Don't put that bone in there. Put you a slice of onion and tomato in there.
I'm
You
looking
know
good
that,
sleeping over with Dylan.
Oh, I can't win for losing.
That's Frank's socks.
On its second shell.
Yeah.
To know what is, that's what Jerry's trying to find out. His,
That was Billy.
we talking about his granddaddy Bennett.
There's Dennis the Menace down there with Billy.
Dennis the Menace.
Hey, that's what's his name?
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
Yeah. Can you sing? Can you sing, Frank?
Hey, Frank, you might be on candy camera.
You hope he don't get out with the soap in his mouth and eat it for cheese.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
That's pretty. It's an iris. Iris is pretty this year. How about that?
Flowers has been pretty this year. It's been some wet. They was pretty.
Those azaleas were so pretty.
Dogwoods, all was so pretty.
One.
Somebody must like him better than me and you.
Must have.
Wasn't me.
You ain't gonna get
It wasn't me.
I took three $1 bills in there and I said, here, I said, I'll trade you these 3 ones for Sunday school tomorrow and you give me that $100 bill to put up. It's from both offices, see? And he stuck it in his billfold like it was his.
Frank, how old are you? How old are you?
86,
You don't know?
Be 86 tomorrow.
Tomorrow's your birthday.
I done all my work I got over there.
Well, you're slow. Mother's Day, you know Randy Tanner. His baby come in the back door and I was standing at the office door and he was just grinning and he handed me a package. And before he could even get it in my hand, he said, "Open it, open it." It's the 2 dish towels I got out in there. He brought it to me for my birthday. Gracious, you mopped up. How about that? Tomorrow's Lindsay's birthday too. And see, I had to send her a card and put something in it, and if that don't come out of his pocket. You'd forgot about Lindsay's birthday. You'd forgot tomorrow's Lindsay's birthday.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't remember the name. I said, well, which one does she want to?
She, when she was about 2 years old, she told Frank he was born on her birthday. He said, honey, I think you got that wrong. She said, Granddaddy, you was born on
good as the other one.
27 years ago.
I think he's got on a, he's got on backwards. Oh, you bald-headed man. No. It's a, this.
How this look, Mama?
He used to love to tell people, my grandma started the school
Well,
up there and that's
Have you tried Mr. Day?
No, I bought that when he come home from the hospital, you know.
That's further to me.
It's got a,
I use Mr.
Awful.
Dash.
I use that salt sense.
I use Baller Dash.
It's,
I knew you'd be different.
what are y'all talking about?
No, it's talking. He's not a Smith.
Yes, Dillard is a Smith.
I forgot about him.
Of our kind,
If he's
she had to work, she couldn't get off.
What's the Anderson guy's name that owns the old folks?
yeah, whispering.
He beat. Yeah, they do count. They sing it there.
I tell you, the stupidest program in the world for
room, and I don't like to
Hey,
be
George.
quartered with them.
You said to call you
With
today
certain
and
people.
remind you I was having
He says,
company.
well, I'll let you go see the sergeant major. He says, the sergeant major's office is 2 doors down. The hall. He was black and he turned around and come back and said, I'll take that room.
You can,
I'm glad I'm finished.
sometime like 4
I
calls
played
and
it the
Carla
other night.
was coming out
I'd
when she was
forgotten
off
about it.
work.
We were looking at some pictures the other night and come across that one over at your house one Christmas where I think you're the one who gave me
Well,
a
if it-
girdle and I put it on over my clothes.
out there in that other house.
Sitting there in the chair with that
She's
girdle on.
busy.
was that where that was in the
Yeah,
big
that's
house?
good, pretty
Out
good.
there on the corner from
I forgot.
He's, oh, yeah.
Or like this.
That must have been after they
Just like this.
that must have been after they were so big in that Swift stripe.
He got those
All
guys.
soldiers.
Him and Van both got a helmet out of that deal. They'd steal watermelons for him.
One guy pulled his wings off and give them to Vant to go get them a watermelon.
We found.
Eye operation, cause that was when they had that
Yeah,
cosplaying crash the night that you went home.
Who was born? Were you there?
I was.
Who was born? Thorpe.
I was
The
there.
day he was born, we went out on the side of the road and stopped
We who?
every
We
car.
who?
Me and Frank and Bodie went out and stopped every car
They
that
didn't
came
take
by
me and you, Billy.
till, no, y'all
What?
came out.
Hey, I wasn't excited over it.
Y'all came out.
the babies come over crying cause they had another baby.
Yeah, we took, Bodie spanked y'all and took you back in the house. You and Billy.
I remember Forty slapping Billy all the way
And we
home.
stopped everybody that came along, told them we had a baby brother. And they one man stopped, got out of the car and was talking to us and he said, what does he look like? And Bodie, I think it was, no, it was Frank, said, he's the ugliest thing I ever saw. Said he got scales on him like a fish.
Frank was 10 years old. Cause she's got some ugly to tell that.
She didn't have to
bitch.
say a word. I thought my mama was dying.
I
'Cause
know,
I heard
that ugly stuff they poured
When
in my eyes.
I
'cause they
heard
thought I
when
was
I
blind.
heard Mama when Lois was born, and old Nanny Bird, I think that was her name. The- Mammy Bird.
Bird tended to me when I was a baby.
Well,
I had the measles.
when it's what she was tending to us when Lois was born, and she was in there with Mama and Daddy and the doctor.
Cause
And she come out, she heard us, I was just crying because Mama was, taking on something terrible. She come out and she said,
I guess she did.
Lord, honey, please don't cry. I said, your mama gonna be all right. Said, you got a little old sister? Said, and then she said, she ain't so little though. Said, she's a big old thing. But said, I do believe she's blind. They put some kind of medicine in
Or
her.
kerosene.
What? Kerosene? He said they poured kerosene in her.
Probably what's wrong with my eyes, why I've had to have so much surgery.
And now it comes out.
Daddy said when I had chicken pox or measles or something, I wouldn't let nobody touch me but Mammy Bird. But I said she's going to put them on me.
And she took us home with her over there one
Send me them
Sunday.
plates and I'll put them in the trash.
She had to go home and see about something, and she had put a chicken on to cook before she came to our house that morning. She stayed with us all during the week, but she went home on Saturday, and then she came back on Sunday morning, and said she'd put a chicken on for their dinner.
Was she a black lady?
Yeah, and she came to get me and
Make yourself useful, handle your plate.
She's a movie star and leave her
Keep
alone.
the cup if you want.
to take
narrating this.
She was going to take us back over there with her to check on her dinner and
I'll hand it to you.
fix the rest of the dinner for the rest of the family. You know,
We'll
went in the kitchen and we was playing out in the yard
with
with either with her children or her grandchildren or something.
I'll take a little.
But anyway, we stayed a while, and when we went home,
That's
Daddy asked her,
perfect.
was her
Water chestnut.
chicken all right? And she said, oh, said, don't tell my family I had a chicken. Said, I kept tasting that thing till I had eat it. said, I had to go in there and scare up something else to feed them. Said, I didn't have no chicken. He said, you know you didn't eat a whole chicken. She said, I did. Said, I kept tasting that thing and it sure was good. And said, first thing I know, there was no chicken on that bone. He's so old. Oh, that hurts.
I remember Mammy Bud.
You don't.
You just remember the name like it.
She
He's
was a
older.
blackbird.
Yes,
You never told me nothing about it.
That's when we lived there at Grayson. Or Eli.
No.
Mom would say, it's firing. And you'd say, okay. And she'd start over and you'd say, keep on the firing line. What you getting?
Nut cake and
Put me a piece in there. Steal me a piece, Lola. If you steal it, then it won't hurt me to eat.
I ain't stealing it. I told her I was taking it.
Oh.
Put on the cake with water chestnuts.
Nothing there except from when I'm taking a bath and I told him
Yeah.
it was crazy how I did my work with that chestnut. I wore that thing over there to get my cut and I didn't know which one it was, so
I
I
took a handful of them little adhesive at nurse when she asked me why did they put it on me.
Got a women
I said, I guess 'cause I'm
well,
so
Clarence
big.
got one too, but this one is Bruce's and Florence General built this one together.
That wouldn't be no
Saint
fun.
Most
They
females
could
are.
put some men over there
They
too.
have
I
some
think.
female women girls.
They could have some female men.
Well, they have some he's and she's and they call them shims.
I'm keeping Levan out of that pool. He wanted in there to get that
Give
money.
that money.
I said, Levan, you can't get the money out of that pool. He said, well, Mama, ain't nobody else getting it. And said, look at the money. The money all in that pool.
That was like Fred Sanford, you know, when he went to Las Vegas and lost all of his money and he got in that pool and got a quarter to use in a slot machine.
Did he win any money?
I don't remember, but
Ask Lamont, Pete McKay.
yeah, he comes down here every once in a while and preaches.
We heard him preach here a few months ago at the Evangel, and he's a good speaker, a real good speaker. He's pastoring assistant pastor at Church of God in Washington.
Yeah,
With Larry.
Yeah.
T.L. Larry.
T.L. Larry's
Yeah.
church.
Everybody will hush now since you got.
Well,
Yeah,
how-
they're not here.
One of my churches here, somebody told us
Was here pastor, and now he left here. He's filling in Greenwood for somebody.
what church in Florence would he have had? Ricky Knight.
He was pastor here.
You remember the Roy Knight singers? Have you ever heard them?
Only Ricky Knight I know who runs the furniture store.
The commercial on this some
Well,
sort
which
of
church
drink
you
for
had
the
to
children,
do?
you know, swamp. What is it? Sewer slime.
And, you know, this kid drinks it, and all at once you see the big green, he said, "Hey, dude." And that's a cute commercial.
That's why you run off with another woman now.
Is that
that's holy. No, I don't try to keep up with it.
Half sister.
Yeah.
Make one more.
Ricky was the baby.
There was two, Tommy, and what was the other Moorhead? There's two of them. I mean,
Tommy,
Tommy, and what was the other? There was two of them days. It was
Okay, well, tell me.
well, let him tell about the ice.
Frank got,
That was when we was on moving to left Winsboro. Daddy was on his way to Slater or somewhere.
Slater?
We went to Johnny and his grandpa's house.
what you talking about?
When I doo-dooed Frank's head.
Oh, Frank got up one
Frank
morning.
got up one morning in Winsboro and went up to
To
Miss
get some
Mama.
buttermilk from
Get some buttermilk to make biscuits and come back and said, "Mama, what's in my hair?" Said it feels wet on them. And Tharp
Well, I
slept
thought
with,
Lance Johns
and
or somebody
she
found
looked
it.
and she said, "Lord, Tharp, Frank Tharp's done doo-doo in your hair."
Oh, yes, Thorpe got hot down in between Frank and Boy and got up on the pillar.
I'll tell you something about
It's hot in
Winsboro.
some air.
We moved there when I was 6 years
Oh, I
old.
remember
Where'd you
that.
get that?
And I found this in the trash pile. And
Now that's an
What is
antique.
It's
an elephant bag.
elephant bag.
What is it, Lord?
Yeah, but
look
I
on him,
remember I got one better than that.
Oh, well, let me finish this.
That's heavy.
Okay, I found that in the trash pile when I was 6 years old. Then we moved to Slater
It's been
and
canned for
stayed 2
posterity.
years. No, we stayed 2 years in Slater. We moved to Pelzer
Now,
and
Slater's
one
for
Monday.
Slater.
One Monday, and the next Monday, our house burned down.
Didn't what?
Didn't stay but 1 year in Slater.
We stayed 2 years in Slater.
I lived up on Cox's
We used
Hill
to-
and we used to play with Solly Cox.
We lived there a year and a half, but we lived a half year
different
down
places.
Does that represent the time
Daddy passed
Papa
the
changed to
Papa Ball
Republican?
Harden time while we
But our house burned down, so if we just stayed around with members of the church, and then Daddy found a house
knocked my coffee over with that hand.
down the road, you know, from where the house burned. And
An
one
old
day
funeral home.
I went over to
No, that's the one
this
that
girl's
burned.
house
Yeah, I saw
that lived next door to us, and I looked up on the mantle and saw that elephant up on the mantle. And I said, "Listen, that is mine." And that lady that lived in the house, she said, "Where did it come from?" I said, "Our house burned down." And I said, "That was my elephant." And she said, "Well, it's yours," said my son found it where the house burned. So she made him give it to me.
All right, now let me
Nowadays,
complete this story. Let me
I
complete this
remember
story.
it as being a
It's the
big
same
bear.
place in
That's
Pelzer.
'cause you
You
were
mean they
little.
had money that small?
Y'all listen
back
to
then?
me. I got the floor.
All right,
Y'all
I'm
listen.
sorry.
Y'all sounded like the heavy
I'm
class.
trying to find about the
It's,
elephant.
same,
crap.
it's still about
There
elephants.
comes Ed.
We was still living in Pelzer. We moved out across the river where old
Somebody
Taylor
moved them
Harris
to.
used to whoop his car when he take us to
It was a
school.
whooping.
But
Hey,
Billy
Ed.
seen a whole herd of elephants.
Oh, shut up. Yeah,
Hey,
she
you
did.
listen to me. Billy's found a whole herd of elephants out there, and we come to find out it was turkeys.
What?
And she thought about elephants.
I just
And
saw
she-
the long necks and I thought it was an elephant.
Yeah, she said, "Daddy, there's a
There's a
whole."
whole lot of elephants down there.
It was turkeys.
Ugliest things alive.
The stupidest things alive is a turkey.
They are the ugliest things too.
That's
But they
why
ain't
they-
the nastiest. The
That's
duck's
why
the
they call
nastiest.
people say you turkey.
I used to go to the house. I had to watch out. They had a turkey that was
Hey,
mean.
fella.
How y'all?
Want a
We
cup of
good or-
coffee?
We good or how y'all?
Thank you. You working hard today?
Is that good, Frank?
This day and time, if you're gonna make a living, you have to work
Sorry, gotta hump it.
Look.
Is that good?
Is that good?
Smile.
Is that
on
good?
candid camera.
That's what Ruby said when she got up off of the commode and turned around to flush it. the sign lit up and said, "Smile, you on candid camera."
Yeah, I
I had
almost
took her to a
made it.
place where being green with a little warehouse to pick up something. And she asked where the
Alder's
restroom
Mattress
was, and she
Company.
went in there, you know. And she said when she got up and turned around to flush it, that sign lit up and said, "Smile, you on candid camera." She like that.
And that's back when Candid Camera was so famous, and I almost had a hissy. I stand there with my britches down.
Purple is.
No.
Ruby got
Well, anyway, when Lois come out, she said, I thought I was crazy. She said, I used the toilet paper and said I heard music.
I didn't know where that. And I wasn't gonna say nothing because I thought, are you going crazy?
I
You
thought I
hear
was
music?
Well, I kept hearing something, but I hadn't gone in there, and I thought,
And then when
what
she
is
when
that?
she
I
went in,
kept
she
hearing
told me.
somewhere over the radio, and I thought,
When Eddie, I put it in there, you know, and I waited and waited.
Eddie,
and
look
waited,
up
and
on your
finally-
car.
I said, Eddie, did you use the toilet?
where'd you get that?
I bought it at Thomas's. I said, Eddie, did you use the toilet? He said, it's none of your business.
Eddie skinned that
So I
fried
said, well,
for
if
breakfast
you
in the
did you
morning.
hear anything? He said, what? And I said, come here. And we got to the bathroom, and he said, I heard that. Where was it coming from? I thought it was coming outside the window. He said, it scared me, and I wasn't going to tell you about it.
When I had that bladder operation, he had never visited in a hospital before, I'll put it that way.
No, he didn't. Holly was hanging out the window when he was.
Well, listen, he saw,
I've been drug down the road.
he saw that little pen in my room and he thought it was a banana split pen. So, the next night he come back and they had moved the rack that they used, you know, to put
Are there any over there?
glucose
Yeah,
in
I
my
think I got
arm.
enough cream in it.
They had moved it out of the room, and he was looking around. He said, "Grandma, they moved your hat rack out of here."
Whoa,
There's not much cream left.
Okay, put just a tiny little bit in it.
Oh.
Eddie,
Y'all want
please.
some more coffee? I'll make some more.
We ain't had none.
you told that saw all everything?
What was it, about 3 years old, 2 years old or something like that. This was before you had to have child restraints. We were riding down the road. I think we were coming out.
He wanted to stay too. And he got in the back seat with me, and he was standing in the seat, and there was some people out there picking peas or beans or something in the field. And he said, I bet Mama's giving all of my beans away. And she told me I could have some. And I said, what kind of beans are they picking? And Louis was standing over there with his lip poked out. He said, pork and beans.
Give him a chance, Miller.
Well, do it and then play it and let him tell us which was right.
I don't think he ever remembered because he was a little teeny kid. But the way I remember is just Holly was asking me what the different crops were, and I was telling her finally soybeans, and she said, "What are those?" I said, "Beans," and she said, "What kind?" And Louis just spoke up and said, "Pork."
He probably said it, sir.
We wouldn't even be looking at Louis, wouldn't be paying him any attention or anything. He'd say, "Give me on." Give me on. And wanting us to leave him alone. He was wanting us to pay him some attention. Is what it was.
Slept between me and Mildred. About 3 o'clock one morning,
Where
I
was the
heard,
dog? I thought that dog
Well,
slept a bit with the
but I heard
It was
Jennifer
down
over there holler, hee 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 ha ha. Hee 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 ha ha.
She's wanting some attention too.
Did you ever read the paper?
They'd break the ice up and it'd leave little
We
pieces
didn't
of
even have
ice.
ice at the house.
Well, they delivered it, went into the house and took it with ice hooks, you know, and put it in people's ice boxes.
Yeah, I
Me
remember
and
that.
Mildred had ice box when we got married.
The young ones would all follow the ice. Was it still a wagon or it was a
It was
truck
a wagon.
then?
I was a wagon already.
Well,
As old as he is, it must have been a wagon.
well, anyway, they'd get up on the back of it and where they could reach that
Yeah, but
ice.
Daddy let him go out and pay the man because it was his birthday.
Yeah, Daddy give him the money to pay for the ice they took in our house, but there's a whole gang of kids out there. And he climbed up on there to get him some ice where they'd broke it. And when that man come out of a house, I don't know whether they come out of our house or another house, but he
Just
didn't see Tharp up in there, and he slung them ice hooks up in there, and they stuck in Tharp's head.
Well, that's what's wrong with
It was
him.
on his 3rd birthday.
Funny, he was dopey before that.
And they had to take him and get his head sewed up.
I took that after my
See, I
oldest
told you
sister.
you was older than I am. I don't even
Somebody,
Well, I was 5.
Maybe you were already married.
Hey, I bet you one thing
I
she
was
remembers
5
in
and a
Winsboro.
half.
I bet you she remembers one thing in Winsboro.
What, a boyfriend?
No, me and her and Lois all had itch.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
that.
I'll tell you somebody else he remembers in it.
To the doctor to see what's wrong.
He didn't take us, he sent us, and you sent
We,
Lois.
we had to walk, we went walking and when we got
Well, anyway,
there,
the doctor said it's
the
it's
doctor
just
wasn't
a red
there.
itch.
The doctor wasn't even there. When we went, the nurse told us, and you said we want to see Dr. Lindsay, and she said the doctor's not
He did
here.
come in though, 'cause he
Yeah,
looked
the
pulled up
doctor
your
saw
dress
it.
and looked at your belly.
Well, anyway,
Oh.
anyway, the nurse had already told her.
It's
said,
getting
"Honey,"
dirty
said,
now.
I'm telling you, make an
Well, they
X-ray.
said Daddy wanted us to let the doctor look at us, and we got this breaking out on us, and he didn't know what it was, and he told us. to
And
come
Lois,
to-
all the time you told us nobody had done that.
And she said, well, I can look at you and tell what that is.
And I had taught it from the
Really?
teacher's pet, a doctor's daughter.
And he
Because
told
Daddy
us-
went to the principal at school and found out that it come from a doctor's
Do you know,
I
daughter.
don't remember that.
They
Well,
still,
I do, because he told us
You
to
didn't
take a
sleep
bath
with
and, oh,
I was talking to a
octopus
teacher the other
soap.
day, and she said
No,
they do.
P&G
P&G
soap.
soap.
P&G
Yeah.
soap.
Had to lather and leave the lather on us.
We had to bathe in a tin tub. We didn't have no bathtub.
And use sulfur.
And we all had to sleep.
Well, I remember when you had lice in your hair.
I remember
You had to too.
we had them a lot of times.
I remember when he had hair and he had lice.
Crazy now they slide across.
You in the barbershop.
Y'all make my head
And
hurt.
Mama told you not to say nothing about nits in your hair if the barber didn't say nothing. And Frank, he didn't want to take Thar, because he knew Thar was a big mouth and he'd tell the barber.
Oh, give me that
And
too.
they got to the barber shop and the barber was cutting Tharp's hair and he hadn't said a thing in the world about nits in Tharp's hair. And Tharp said, and turned around and said, Mama said, if you see them nits in my hair, she's already put something on there to kill them. Said they not.
I think she got that wrong. That was you told.
I don't know, but
Sent me and you with Morty
then I
to
got
get
the
our hair cut.
and I got the barber to give me bangs. And I went home and Mama
That was
cried.
later. We had to walk all the way back up Cox's Hill.
Did y'all see Solly?
Yeah, no, they weren't living up there then. We was living in their house.
Spreading lard on her loaf bread.
Anyway,
That's what
Mama
she is.
told Billy told Morty to tell the barber that if he said anything about them, you know how thick Billy's hair was, and said I
That's
couldn't